Welcome to the main event of the evening, folks. It is the 8th running of the NASCAR Brickyard 400 here live on NASCAR Heat 5, 18 cars, starting stage 2, we are green. Jesse Carlson in the 6th car, won stage 1 with a wild fuel strategy. 24 of Aaron Garcia restarted on the front row with him here in 2nd. He finished 2nd in stage 1. About 14 cars on the lead lap at the beginning of stage 2. It's an 80-lap event. 18 drivers started the event. I'm NOSSCAR's CEO and founder, Tyler McMurder, along with my in-race reporters, Landon Jenkins, Alex Tesdall, driving the 77 and 17 cars. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. Round 26 of the season. Only 3 races remaining in the regular season, including this one. Landon Jenkins gets loose, goes into the grass over in turns 3 and 4, gathers it back up, loses a number of positions there. And they all keep it pointed in the right direction. No cautions. We are still green. We've had no cautions for on-track incidents so far in this race. 2x2 for the most part here throughout 1 and 2. Now going into turn 2. Crown Jewel event, folks. Final Crown Jewel event of the season. And the only former NASCAR Brickyard 400 winner in the field is Aaron Garcia, the points leader. 8 wins for him this season, driving that number 24 Chevy Camaro. He's in that yellow and black Hertz Chevy for this one, running in the 8th position. I am a little under the weather here, folks. I do apologize. I'm battling a cold here, and it just kind of came on here this morning. Here to do the best I can and give you live flag-to-flag coverage of the 8th running of the NASCAR Brickyard 400. This one being hosted on NASCAR Heat 5, and there's a lot at stake here. Not only is it a crown jewel event that everybody wants to win, but it's only the 3rd to last event during the regular season. Some of these drivers need to get a win here to lock themselves up into the playoffs. Some of them looking for playoff points, and now contact there. Looked like somebody checked up right in front of the 18 of Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Jeffrey coming off a strong top 5 finish earlier tonight at the Indy Roval, doing a double header here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And a big save for him there. Lost a ton of track position now outside of the top 10. Jesse Carlson has driven away, and he's brought a few friends with him. Josh Colm-Diaz and Jordan Roughton, the 9 and the 8, and now Josh makes a wild move to the inside, a power move, and he's going to take the race lead away from Jesse Carlson. 2 wins for Josh.
Jesse probably led him because he's probably trying to save fuel.
Yeah, he very well might be, folks. If this stage goes green the entire way, then look for Jesse Carlson in the 6 to save some fuel. He's a master at that, as is Harold Burden, his teammate in the number 12 Ford Mustang. Harold running in the 11th position as of now. But Josh out front, 2 wins for him this season. Up in the top 5 in the point standings. He's going to make the playoffs. He's guaranteed with those wins to advance his way to the postseason. He's done it every single season he's been here at the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series since his debut in 2019. Jordan Roughton just behind him, 1 career NASCAR Platinum Cup Series win. No wins for him this year. Would love to grab a win and have a couple more playoff points entering the postseason. It's Jesse Carlson in 3rd, as we mentioned, and it's Dustin Franklin in the 3, running in 4th. 1 earlier this year at Watkins Glen International. It was his first career NASCAR Platinum Cup Series win. He's going to surrender the 4th position to Connor Brown in the 78. Connor with 1 win this season as well. A lot of different race winners this season. We do always see many different race winners throughout one season, but this might be the most amongst all the full-time drivers. We have a lot of drivers entering the postseason with at least 1 win under their belt here in the 2023 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season. We got 1 stopped against the inside wall on the front straightaway. It's Jeffrey Robinson Jr. I didn't see what happened to him, but I'm pretty darn sure that he has fallen 1 lap down now to your leaders. It might have actually been a glitch. He might have been on pit road, folks. Now, the odd time on NASCAR Heat 5 when you're spectating, if somebody's on pit road, sometimes their car kind of glitches and does this thing where they're still on the track and simply parked against the inside wall. We see it at Bristol sometimes, for example. So I believe what it was a unscheduled pit stop for the driver of the 18. Now let's throw it down to in-race reporter and former NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion Alex Tesdahl. Alex, is it too early for him to make it from here to the end of the stage if it stays green?
No, he definitely can make it because actually from the start of the stage we're only 2 short. But at a track like Indy, that is hard to save.
10-4 on that. Now we'll throw it over to Landon Jenkins, the defending NASCAR World Champion from the F1 games. Landon, how many drivers do you think are going to try to save that 2 laps of fuel?
I probably see it being the same people, probably about maybe 3 to 4, like Oof, the 6, the 12, 24. I can see them still doing it. Maybe a few others, but those are probably the big 3 to think about fuel mileage.
10-4, I couldn't agree more, thank you. I'll tell you who's not saving, it appears anyways, is Jordan Roughton in the 8 Chevy. He has just taken the race lead away from Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9. 3 career Platinum Cup wins for Josh Colm-Diaz, 2 of them this year. Jordan Roughton in the 8 just in front of him, who took the lead away, has 1 career Platinum Cup win.
51 just wrecked in turn 1.
And Ethan Hoekstra, we're getting word, has wrecked over in turn 1. That report coming from Alex Tesdahl, and he's right, a ton of front-end damage to that number 51 Chevy Camaro. Now he's still on the lead lap. It's a big track, but the problem for him is no caution came out, so he's going to have to keep rolling and hope that the repairs to that car on his pit stop don't take too long. Oh, and now he's pulled over, folks. I don't know if he's calling it a day or what, but he is, yeah, yes he is. Ethan Hoekstra in the 51 is going to park it and end his day here for the 8th running of the NASCAR Brickyard 400, and that's a shame. Coming off a strong night, folks. You'll see it later on the YouTube channel, but Ethan Hoekstra in the 51 car parked it in victory lane for the very first time in his NASCAR Platinum Cup Series career earlier tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway, punching his ticket into the playoffs and securing a spot to run for this championship. It was a big moment. He is the 2023 NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion as well, slowly climbing the ladder here on the NASCAR Heat 5 side of things. NASCAR, of course, posting leagues and races on iRacing, NASCAR Heat 5, Gran Turismo 7, and Wreckfest. Aaron Garcia, the points leader, 8 wins this season, coming off a win earlier tonight at the Indy Roval. He is on pit road for service. A little early, but he must have thought that it was the right call. And that throws his name out of that hat there. We had a report from Landon Jenkins, and he was one of those drivers he listed to potentially try to save those 2 laps. And Landon, he didn't do it. He came down pit road for service. I wonder what he did.
Angle, I'm kind of surprised because early in as stage 2 begun, he backed way off behind me after my incident. I was assuming he was going to try and do the fuel mileage, but I wonder if he's trying to do some maybe 2-tire strategy or something. Maybe those left sides of his are not as worn, but a little interesting call there.
And I can't say I blame you. I can't say I blame you for thinking of him of potentially trying something, because he often does. And now Justin Franklin in the 3 Chevy Camaro has come on to pit road. Nobody amongst the top 5 came this time around. It's still Jordan Roughton in the 8 leading, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 running in 2nd. 78 of Connor Brown has worked his way into 3rd. Jesse Carlson potentially saving those 2 laps of fuel. In fact, we kind of know he is at this point. Pulling it over to Alex Tesdahl, in-race reporter. Alex, we saw him save 4 laps in stage 1. It's safe to say your teammate is going to save the 2 laps here in stage 2. What do you think?
Definitely. If he saved 4, he's going to have no problem saving 2.
Yeah,
I don't know. I saw him pull over on the backstretch.
Still running in 4th. Yeah, it's not him. He's about 2 car lengths behind Connor Brown, who's running in 3rd. It kind of looks like Jesse Carlson is just running as fast as he needs to keep himself in the draft. And now we have more cars coming to pit road. 20th Trey Hollywood, And the 17 of Alex Tesdall. Ethan Hoekstra is still parked there, done for the day. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. appears to be done for the day. We know Rush Downing in the 7 car is done for the day. 18 cars started the race. We have 14 of them left on the track, rocking and rolling at this point. Good battle for the lead still here. It's the best battle on the racetrack. Jordan Roughton trying to hold off these drivers. There's Aaron Garcia with the fresh tires going around the outside of Emily Seri, the Canadian driver in the 62 car. The top 4 have been able to put quite a bit of distance between themselves and the rest of the field, but then you've got to also keep in mind that some of the cars that were immediately right behind them have also decided to come to pit road already. Trey Hollywood, Alex Tesdall return to the racing surface. Sean Lucas, I believe, is now the driver, scored in 5th, with Harold Burden in the 12 car running in 6th. There's Bill Baldwin, 3-time NOSSCAR champion on the Gran Turismo games, coming to pit road. Runs a part-time schedule here in the NOSSCAR leagues on the NASCAR Heat 5 program. Often coming for the Crown Jewel events. He does pretty good at the road courses too, so it was a shame we didn't see him earlier tonight at the Indy Roval. More cars coming to pit road. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 and Connor Brown in the 78. They both surrender 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack. This leaves Jordan Roughton with the lead and Jesse Carlson in the 6 car in 2nd. There you see those two. And the car right behind him is Trey Hollywood. He's already been to pit road for service, so you'll be able to see a little bit of the speed difference between these cars as he comes up on the top 2 cars to try to unlap himself the old-fashioned way. If a caution comes out right now, Trey would still get the free pass and be back on the lead lap, but the problem with that is he would still need to restart at the very back of the field, whereas if he unlaps himself the old-school way, he doesn't need to take the free pass and therefore would be able to start right up there with the cars he's battling with for position. So there is an advantage to him running the top 2 this aggressively and this hard, but you can tell that he's doing it very clean. No contact at all with Jesse Carlson when he made that move, and now no contact at all with the leader Jordan Roughton. He's going to take that lap back. The next driver to do it is Alex Tesdall in the 17. And here we see Connor Brown in the 78, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9, Landon Jenkins in the 77. They've already made a pit stop, all of them, and they're all kind of running nose to tail here together in this long line of cars. A couple more cars coming to pit road a bit late here. And it's Jordan Roughton in the 8 car surrendering the race lead. He's led the most laps here in stage 2. More than any other driver in this stage. Going to surrender it now and come get that service. Throwing it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdall. Alex, how many laps to go for the leaders?
7.
10-4, thank you. So we got another 5 laps
6.
remaining. So we have another 4 laps remaining, rather, until pit road closes. So if you are going for this fuel consumption strategy, you got to be fully committed at that point. And I think the only one going for it at this point is Jesse Carlson in the 6. I could be wrong. Throwing it over to Landon Jenkins, in-race reporter driving that 77 car. Landon, what position are you running in, and who do you have scored just in front of you, on the leaderboard?
Currently 6th behind Josh, Connor, and Jordan, who's just coming out of pit road.
So does that put you to 5th right now?
Yeah, I'm currently 5th right now. That pit stop helped me a little bit. I wasn't this close to him.
So this confirms that 3rd on back has already made their pit stop. The only ones left on the track that have not made that scheduled pit stop is the leader, Jesse Carlson, in the 6, and whoever the driver is running in 2nd place, unless it's the
trouble.
driver. So this makes total sense. Perfect. Thank you very much. I was trying to piece this together, and that's where you and Alex Tesdahl both come in very supportive and very helpful. Pardon me. And it is Harold Burden in the 12 Ford Mustang. Mystery solved. He is the driver running in second, looking to save these 2 laps. And now Harold is very, very talented at fuel consumption. He's won a couple of stages this season with fuel strategies. And saving 2 laps is a whole lot easier than saving 4. That might have been what burned him in stage 1. Here in stage 2, this is a little bit easier, a little bit closer, a little bit more within reach. And I think that Harold Burden might be able to pull this off. If he does, he's going to get some great stage points and have good track position to start the final stage. And you can see the only car behind him is Bill Baldwin in the 32, and he is in fact 1 lap down right now, so he's not in danger of losing any track position. You can see that when he went down the back straightaway, he had nobody at all within the on camera with him at all. He had basically the entire length of the back straightaway until he found another car, until you could see another car. There's a big gap to play with, and so does your race leader Jesse Carlson. 8 career NASCAR Platinum Cup Series wins for Jesse. That is 7th on the all-time wins list for this series. And if he wins tonight, he is tied for 6th on the all-time wins list. It's looking pretty good so far. He won stage 1. He had great speed for the race earlier tonight at the Indy Roval. Didn't get the finish he maybe deserved. Still was able to recover for a top 5 finish, but it took him the entire race to battle back and get up there and finish 4th. Now Sean Lucas in the 22 coming to pit road for a very late pit stop. He is also one of the drivers that are really well known and has a reputation here in NASCAR, on the NASCAR Heat 5 side of things anyways, for saving a lot of fuel and being able to pull off some miracles here and there with strategies of those sorts. And it looks like he was trying to push it to the end of stage 2 and came up a couple of laps short. Still Jesse Carlson leading. Every now and then a couple of cars that have fresher tires than him that have chosen to pit in the stage here come up on him and complete the pass with those fresher tires and take their lap back the old-fashioned way. It'll be interesting to see how many cars are able to catch him and do that before the end of the stage, and how many will be able to start on the lead lap for the beginning of the final stage. The next one to do it is now the 22 of Sean Lucas. It was the 24 of Aaron Garcia. Now they're going to battle side by side to see who's going to be the first one to try to take their lap back the old-fashioned way. They only have a handful of laps left to do it. We'll get an update from Alex Tesdahl the next time he hits the line for that.
White flag for the leader.
All right, you heard it from Alex, driving that 17 Ford. He's in front of the leader, so he's gonna, I think, keep his lap here, and he is. The white flag is in the air for stage 2. The next time around, Jesse Carlson will see the green and white checkered flags to signal the end of the second stage. We've had no cautions for on-track incidents so far in this race. Very nice and smooth. Turn 3. Good run going into turn 4. It's got plenty left in the tank compared to the 4 laps he had to save in stage 1. And down the front straightaway he comes. Jesse Carlson picks up his 27th career stage win here in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. And that is the 4th most all time. Don't forget a screenshot of the top 10. Don't forget to put in your pit adjustments, but whenever you're ready, I will take the top 10 for the viewers from stage 2.
Alright. Top 10 is NASCAR Oof, PC, Pluto, Speedin, NASCAR King, Negative Alex, Hollywood, myself, Black Cross, and Franklin.
And how many cars on the lead lap for this one? Who got the free pass?
8 cars on the lead lap. Free pass goes to Black Cross.
Wow. So that'll be 9 for the start of the final stage, correct?
Yes.
Interesting. And now, some of these drivers might take the wave around and choose not to pit, but the problem with that is they have to pit not very far into the final stage for service if they choose to do that. They risk just kind of falling further behind in this race.
BB NASCAR took a wave around, so that makes 10 on the lead lap.
And sometimes it works. If he gets a quick caution here, he can come in for tires and fuel, and he's all set. The green flag is in the air. The final stage is underway.
Depending on how much fuel he's got in the tank, it still might be a one-stop regardless.
How many laps in this stage, Alex?
28 laps to go, and we got 20 on a tank. So if he's got 8 to 10 in his tank, he's still okay.
I agree, and he's going to be sort of close to that. But it's a lot of laps. You might be able to save some of that in each run and make it work. So good point there by in-race reporter Alex Tesdall. Might have been a great strategy by Bill Baldwin, 3-time champion from Gran Turismo. In that 32 car on the lead lap, and they're all chasing Jordan Roughton in the 8 car, looking for his 2nd career Platinum Cup win, and it would be his 1st of the year. And now Bill Baldwin actually choosing to come to pit road this next time by in that number 32 Ford Mustang. That's an interesting strategy, almost treating it like a road course. I think I would have waited a few more laps so at least my tires were much, much fresher than everybody else's, and maybe I could get my lap back if I lose one.
Now he won't, and now he won't make it on a one-stop. He'll have to stop again.
I agree,
once he can save 8 laps.
This was an interesting call by Bill. I wonder if he's going to regret it afterwards. It's a great battle for the race lead. Everybody knows they need to pit once. There's no saving 8 laps, not even if you're Jesse Carlson in that 6 car. So they're pushing, and they're pushing hard. Jordan Roughton, Connor Brown, 1-2 with Landon Jenkins running in 3rd. 1 win for Landon this season, sitting 3rd in the point standings. Connor Brown taking a look low. It's Jesse Carlson and Josh Colombiez 4th and 5th that kind of have settled in about a car length behind the top 3, just kind of cruising but staying with them. Aaron Garcia is the one scored in 6th, leading the 2nd group of cars in that yellow and black number 24 car. Bill Baldwin comes back onto the racetrack after pitting. He does fall 1 lap down. He's got 2 lap fresher tires than the leaders, but I don't know if that's going to be enough of a difference maker for him to go on up there and get his lap back. He's going to need a caution, I think, to get back into this thing. We've had none for on-track incidents so far. To the bottom goes Jesse Carlson on the front straightaway. He was looking for another crown jewel win. He has one already in his career. Just hasn't been here. The only former NOSSCAR Brickyard 400 winner in the field. Last year's winner, Aaron Garcia in the 24, scored in 6th, leading that 2nd group of cars. There's 3 of them in that group. Trey Hollywood is one of them, and I couldn't quite tell who the other was. And it's Alex Estrada, the driver out of Puerto Rico, coming off a strong top 10 finish earlier tonight at the Indy Roval here, doing a double header here tonight. And we also did a race at Atlanta to kick off the evening. And Alex having a strong run here on the oval as well, backing up his performance on the Roval. Just taking the 7th position away from Trey Hollywood. Got a great run to the bottom and was able to make it stick, and now he finds himself right on the back bumper of the 6 of Jesse Carlson. He had to lift a little bit, and Trey Hollywood almost pounced right back with the same kind of momentum. Now the top 8 are all glued nose to tail. You could throw a blanket on the top 8 cars. And it wasn't like that just a couple of laps ago. Top 4 or 5 had actually broken away from the rest of the field, and there was a group of 3 cars trailing them, and now it's anybody's race at this point. There are 24 laps to go. Jordan Roughton opens the bottom up just a little bit. I'm sure he didn't want to, but they had such a run to the inside, there was nothing he could do. And now contact between the 78 and the 9. And now around goes the 20 of Trey Hollywood. The 78 of Connor Brown is up in the air. Many cars are involved. And the first caution of the race for an on-track incident comes here in the final stage. They were 3 wide. The 20, the 78, and the 9, they all bounced off each other. The 20 and 78 completely lost control, went down the track into the grass, and by the time they got to turn 3, came back up onto the track spinning, both of them. And cars just behind them could not avoid them, and it was about 5 cars in total getting damage in this one. We're under caution in the 8th running of the NOSSCAR Brickyard 400 on NASCAR Heat 5. Emily Sari, the Canadian driver in the 62 Chevy, got a little bit of damage out of that. Looks like Jesse Carlson in the 6 Ford got damage as well. The dominating car getting collected in this. And that's why he said something on the radio, that's for sure. Here we go, the green flag back in the air, Landon Jenkins. Your race leader, Jordan Roughton, right beside him in 2nd. Aaron Garcia, Josh Combe-Diaz, Alex Estrada, Alex Tesdall, Jesse Carlson, and Trey Hollywood. The front 3 rows for this restart. Sorry, I was tongue-tied there. They were so close together through 1 and 2. Man, these guys are pros. They push these cars to the limit, and they get so close to each other. It's no wonder sometimes contact happens and sometimes things happen. And Landon Jenkins with a perfect 3 and 4 opens up a 1 car length advantage over Jordan Roughton. He's getting a good push though from Aaron Garcia. They're going to run him down here on the front straightaway. Doesn't look like Jordan's going to make the move. Now he does. Top 6 cars have a bit of distance now. Trey Hollywood and Jesse Carlson battling for 7th and 8th. Trey Hollywood actually put Jesse Carlson up into the outside wall a little bit there. That opened the door for Connor Brown in the 78 to pass both of those cars. And Dustin Franklin and Harold Burden both picked up a position over Jesse as well in the exchange. Certainly not the way Trey Hollywood wants to make a pass. Certainly not the way he normally does either. I wonder if it was a driver error. Good battle here just outside of the top 8 or 9 here, but in the top 10 it looks like Sean Lucas, Emily Sari, Bill Baldwin going at it for 9th, 10th, and 11th respectively on the racetrack. 18 cars started this race. And I believe we have 14 left on the racetrack, still rocking and rolling, trying to capture this crown jewel win here tonight. It's one of the big ones, one of the ones everybody wants to win. The highest running driver with no career NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series wins is definitely Alex Estrada, the driver out of Puerto Rico in the number 99 car. He just gave a shove, though, to Landon Jenkins in the 77. There was contact made, and now put Alex in 2nd, and Landon dropped back to the 5th position. Wouldn't call it a clean pass, that's for sure. Nevertheless, though, Alex Estrada now scored in the 2nd place position, right behind the leader, Jordan Roughton, but he's not going to wait very long. He jumps to the inside with the big run that he had. and he's going to take the lead. It looked like Jordan Roughton kind of protected the bottom and went into the corner really low, and contact was made. Up the track went Jordan in the 8, and he slides back to 4th and put the driver out of Puerto Rico out front here for the 8th running of the NASCAR Brickyard 400. I mentioned earlier, strong top 10 for him earlier here for the Indy Roval event. Had a car capable of finishing up there on the podium for that race. Qualified 2nd for the event, but a couple of mistakes early in that race kind of set him back, and it took him all race long, all the way until the final stage, to finally rebound and get himself back up in contention, finishing in the 8th position. And he found the outside wall on the front straightaway and couldn't seem to get out of it. It kind of glued him in there. And now he drops back to the 5th position, led a couple of laps there, but now the new leader is Aaron Garcia, the points leader. 8 wins for him this season. Nobody has more playoff points, pole awards, or stage wins, or race wins than the driver of the 24 here in 2023. Sean Lucas in the 22 on pit road for service, a little early, but he can make it from here to the checkered flag.
We should be able to make it without a pit stop. It'll be close, but
the caution, you're right, I forgot. Interesting, of all people, Sean Lucas pitting for service, because he's one of the ones that normally goes for it. And he's very good at it too, but there you see, he comes off pit road and he's actually going to go a lap down to the driver of the 24. Don't look now, but the 2021 NASCAR Legend Series champion, driver of the 9, Josh Colm Diaz, finds himself all the way up in 2nd, the highest he's run in this race all race long. 2 wins for Josh this season, and they were the first 2 wins in his Platinum Cup Series career since 2019. Went from having no Platinum Cup wins since 2019 to having 2 this year, and he's going for a 3rd this year. It's been a strong season for the driver of that 9, and now he's got the 77 of Landon Jenkins right with him. I don't think Landon is trying to make a move. I think he's actually trying to work with the 9. Oh, and they're getting a little bit sideways. They gathered it back up, though, and top 3 have separated themselves from the rest of the field a little bit. Jordan Roughton running in 4th, leading a pair of cars. He's got help right there with him, in the form of Alex Estrada in the 99, and now Connor Brown in the 78 car, scored in 6th, has joined them. And other than Alex Estrada, the next highest running driver in the field right now on the leaderboard, with no career Platinum Cup wins, is actually the driver of the number 12 Ford Mustang, Harold Burden. He's won a race in all 3 of the other leagues that NASCAR hosts on the NASCAR Heat programs, and just never here in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. He's been so close many different times this season. He's got 3 or 4 stage wins this season. I would have to go back and look. Harold looking to park it in victory lane before the end of this 38 race season, this being round 26. He's got 12 after this one to do it. Landon Jenkins all over the back bumper of the 24. There was a bit of a nudge. It was nothing harmful, but it was enough to get him up the track. Landon Jenkins went to the bottom of the track, and he's going to take the lead and lead this lap. He's going to come across the bricks. How many laps to go, boys?
11.
10-4, thank you. 11 to go, and we know these drivers are going to need to pit for at least a splash of fuel before the end of this race. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Check that. Oh, the caution came out. I keep forgetting about that. We think that everybody is good to go to the end on fuel, or you might need to save just a little bit. And with 11 to go at this point, I don't know.
I mean,
if you haven't been saving a bit,
good.
Well, that tells us a lot. That's good. So the most of the field really should be good because Landon Jenkins has a lap to the good on fuel, and he's leading this race. He's certainly saved less than many other drivers. So if he's good, everyone should be good. Thank you for that report. I would also like to remind the viewers at home, I am under the weather. I'm battling a cold here, so I'm doing the best I can. If I sound completely different, there's a reason. Thank you to everybody who's joined us here on YouTube for the 8th running of the NASCAR Brickyard 400. Started back on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition, believe it or not. And we have 10 laps to go, 9 when they come back to the start-finish line this time by. They're going through 3 and 4. Landon Jenkins, 1 win this season coming at Sonoma. Aaron Garcia, the points leader with 8 wins this season, the dominant driver so far. Josh Colm-Diaz, 2 wins for him this season, sitting in 5th in the point standings, 2021 Legend Series champion. And I should mention Aaron Garcia, 2023 Motormaster champion, 2-time NASCAR Truck Series champion. Landon Jenkins in that 77, 2022 NASCAR World Champion on the F1 Games. All 3 of these drivers have tasted championship gold here in NASCAR, and all 3 of these drivers are major factors heading into the postseason, this being the 3rd to last regular season race. And they're going to battle it amongst themselves here if we stay green. They have been able to drive away from the rest of the field. 8 laps to go. Now, I don't know what happened there to the 9 of Josh Colm-Diaz. I wonder if he's a little short on fuel maybe or something. He lost a couple of car lengths coming out of turn 4, and now it almost looks like a 2-horse dance here. A 2-horse race between Landon Jenkins in the 77 and Aaron Garcia in the 24. It's going to take a lot for Josh in the 9 to run back down close enough to get that draft from the 24 and then close back in. Pretty sure you need to be about 5 or 6 tenths of a second behind the car in front of you to get any type of draft effect. 7 to go at the line. And to give you a bit of an update on some of the other drivers up here in the running order, I believe it's Connor Brown in the 78 car, scored him 4th. It is. Jesse Carlson in the 6 car, runs in 5th. And a bit further back, you'll find Trey Hollywood, Alex Tesdall, Harold Burden in the 12, and others. Up here in the top 10 and having a good run, Emily Seri, the Canadian driver, in the top 10 as well. But they're all chasing Landon Jenkins in the 77 car, looking for career win number 2 in the Platinum Cup Series. Dustin Franklin in the 3 car is going to surrender a top 10 spot and come to pit road very late here in this race, surrendering a top 10 finish potentially with 6 laps to go. And Bill Baldwin in the 32, 3-time NASCAR champion from Gran Turismo, is joining him on pit road for service. So evidently, guys, some of these drivers were a little bit short somehow. And there's more potentially signaling that they're coming to pit road. Trey Hollywood in the 20 is either signaling he's going down pit road or he's blocking Alex Tesdall in the 17. We're going to find out. So now Alex has a run to the inside. This is a battle for position inside the top 10. He's going to take that position. Now they're coming out of turn 4. And it was a block. Harold Burden in the 12 car coming to pit road. And somebody was trying to come to pit road and they lost control and spun back onto the racetrack. It was Jordan Roughton in the 8 Chevy Camaro after leading so many laps in this race. Looking for that 2nd career Platinum Cup Series win. Finds himself losing a ton of track time and needs to go all the way around the track again If he had drove backwards to try to go down pit road, it would have just kicked him from the session. Heartbreaking result for him at the end of this one. We stay green. It was a one-car spin, and he got it going again. There was no traffic near him either. And we'll get a laps to go update when they hit the line this time by.
4 to go.
Thank you very much. 4 laps to go. Landon Jenkins, Aaron Garcia, Josh Colm-Diaz, your top 3. Connor Brown, Jesse Carlson, 4th and 5th. And after a very smooth and very routine Stage 1 and Stage 2 with very few incidents and no on-track incident cautions, we've had a very wild and eventful final stage. Some fuel strategy has been deployed here throughout the first 2 stages, but also here in the final stage, it was proven to be somewhat of a factor as well. 3 laps to go, if I'm not mistaken. Landon Jenkins leading Aaron Garcia. Josh Colm-Diaz running in 3rd, has Dustin Franklin right behind him. Dustin on pressure tires, and looked like Josh in the 9 ran Dustin up into the outside wall. I don't know if it was intentional or not. It's not a battle for position. Jesse Carlson in the 6th car is now taken 3rd away from the number 9 of Josh Colm-Diaz. It kind of looks like Josh in the 9 is trying to save a bit of fuel. I believe Connor Brown in the 78 is doing the same thing, because Connor has dropped back to 5th and has lost a ton of track time. A lot of space between himself and these 2 up here in 3rd and 4th. And that wasn't the case just a couple of laps ago. 2 laps to go. Aaron doing everything he can, just making sure that he stays in the draft, and now he takes a look to the inside. Going into turn 3. They were door handle to door handle, and it looks like Landon did the smart thing, lifted a tiny bit extra to get back in line. Coming at a 4, they will see the white flag. Landon needs to get the draft with Aaron, pull right back up on him as soon as he can, and make the move the first chance he gets. The white flag has been shown. 1 more lap here in the 8th running of the NOSSCAR Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Round 26 of the 2023 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series season coming to a close. After this one, only 2 more regular season races, Daytona and Michigan next Monday. Aaron Garcia doing everything he can to break the draft and break that momentum down the back straightaway, and it might have been just enough unless Landon Jenkins gets a monster run through 3 and 4. It looks like it's going to be the 9th win of the season for the driver of the 24 and career win number 21 in his Platinum Cup Series career. He does it, folks. Back-to-back years. Aaron Garcia becomes a 2-time NOSSCAR Brickyard 400 winner. He wins at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. A thrilling battle for the win there with the driver, the 77, the owner of Bull Pluto Racing, Landon Jenkins. First year for them in the Platinum Cup Series, and they have a win with all of their full-time drivers with the exception of Rush Downing in the 7, who is still knocking on the door of a playoff spot. Congratulations to Aaron Garcia in that 24 car. A wild and thrilling finish. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty darn sure Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 car finished in 3rd. Don't forget screenshots of the results for me, Alex. And give us a rundown of the top 10.
When the official results pop up on my screen, I will.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, the top 10, Black Cross, Pluto, Oof, NASCAR King, Speedin', myself, Hollywood, Negative Alex, PC Panthers, Trouble for You.
Awesome, thank you. What a race. And while we have Landon Jenkins here, second place finish. You had a great battle there with Aaron Garcia in the 24. It's been mostly you two battling for these wins all season long. What was it like in those last few laps? Did you have anything for them?
I probably did, but coming to about maybe 6 to go, my car was starting to get loose. I was not getting better exits than I was earlier in the race, and Aaron, he just had a great jump down the backstretch. I was actually kind of expecting him to make it eventually, because if I had a chance, it was going to be me sending him up to the wall, but nah, I knew I had the chance to go all the way, but my car just got loose. Didn't help me at all.
Overall, a great run for you. A second place finish in the Crown Jewel race. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks. That's 20th behind him now.
If one of you guys can actually send him an invitation into this race reporter chat, if he's not already in it.
I think he's already in it since he's won so much.
Just let him know we have an interview for him here.
I got you, Ty.
What a race. And we have arrived at Victory Lane. Aaron Garcia celebrating for the second year in a row here in the Brickyard 400 Victory Lane Winner's Circle. Congratulations, man. You had a great battle there at the end with Landon Jenkins. It almost looked like you were just trying to keep him right in front of you until there was not much time left, so he didn't have much time left to regroup and try to run you back down. How was it out there for those last few laps battling with him for the win?
I was nervous. I was trying to stay full behind him because I didn't think I was gonna make it. And when on that 2 laps to go, I realized I was gonna make it down the back. So I made my move down the backstretch, and I knew I had a good call all race long, and so made my way back up there.
Yeah, it's 2 Brickyard 400 wins for you in a row. It's your 9th of the season and 21st in your Platinum Cup Series career. You're going to be the #1 seeded driver heading into the postseason. Only one more week of regular season races. How confident are you heading into the playoffs?
Oh, I'm real confident. Got a good few tracks coming up. I'm not excited for next week, Michigan. I'd say I run well there, but the draft is so good there that anyone can get a good run and win. So, but I'm pretty confident heading into the playoffs.
And what did you think about young Ethan Hoekstra picking up his first win earlier tonight at Atlanta?
Oh, congratulations to him. He made a good move there into turn 3 and made it through wide. And in fact, and that was some good hard racing there. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get your thoughts of that on the air for the viewers. I'm sure he's going to watch all the footage. We have a video upload of the last 15 laps for that event coming later on tonight on the YouTube channel. But once again, congratulations, Aaron. You are the 2023 NOSSCAR Brickyard 400 winner.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it, folks. Final thoughts from Alex Tesdahl, the driver of that number 17 Ford Mustang.
It was a fun but difficult race from my perspective. It was overall, pretty good, relatively tame from my end. At the end of that race, they were battling with Hollywood there, though. We were both fighting super loose cars, and there was a few times where we nearly took each other out, so that was an interesting battle. But overall, fun race.
And overall, a pretty fun night, at least from up here in the broadcast booth for me as well. It was fun watching you guys race at Atlanta. It was a lot of fun calling this race here for the Brickyard 400, and it was an honor to participate in the Indy Roval event earlier tonight as well. Great night of racing here for the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. We thank everybody who tuned in and joined us here on the NOSSCAR YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed the action. Once again, congratulations to Aaron Garcia and that entire number 24 team. Career win number 21, 9th of the season, and 2 in a row for the Brickyard 400 here in the Platinum Cup Series. Good night, everybody, and stay fast.